Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. It's windy outside. Not terribly cold, but super windy. And as my wife would say, raw. So I did not do any exciting projects today. So what we're going to do is a little weekend review. Something I've never done before. So, grab your hot beverage of choice. And let's get to it. So, looking at my computer, I'm going to go over a few things here. Things that happened that you guys saw already, and things that you didn't see. So first and foremost, seeds. Yes, seeds. A few episodes back, I did a few episodes on seed starting. But I haven't done any updates since. So let me go over that now real quick. The first tomatoes I started were called mortgage lifters. And then the second set of tomatoes I started were called early girls. I'd previously grown the early girl tomatoes up in New York. Mortgage lifters I've never grown. I'm glad to say that I believe the early girls are just starting to sprout and the mortgage lifters are doing well. I have various other flowers, milkweeds, and some echinacea I believe that are growing. They're doing well. I have a tray full of basil that I have in small terracotta pots. They're doing excellent. I believe many of them have thrown on their true leaves already. And then there's the Walla Walla onions, which I've thinned out to 1 onion per pot. They are doing fantastic. So really exciting. I've never grown onions from seed before. I've never grown onions, period. So this is something new and exciting. Then we have another batch of tomatoes that I'm growing. I've never grown before, brandywine. Never grown brandywine before, so that'll be something new. Growing them, don't know how they're going to work out, but so far so good with the seedlings. I have loofah. Yes, loofah. Loofah is doing well. I put 2 seeds per pot, and it seems that in each pot, both seeds germinated. So that's good. They're growing along well. And then I have, again, more echinaceas and things like that. Parsley, I have a tray full of parsley. That's doing well. I have a full tray of red skin dahlias. I grew them last year from seed. I got 3 or 4, maybe. No, actually, I think it was like 1 or 2. They did not do so well. But this year, the red skin dahlias are doing quite well. I have a full tray of them. In fact, actually, many of the pots I have 2, so I don't know if I'll be separating them or not, or just thinning. I have more basils growing. I have one, what's that called? Verbena bonarosus. So I planted a whole tray in Swiffer container and then put a bunch of seeds in it, obviously, and only one sprouted, but it's doing well. So that's always a good thing. Then I have a few trays of foxgloves. I do like foxgloves. It seems like I probably got 80% germination on those foxgloves, which was pretty crazy. But I'll take it. So they're a pretty hardy plant. Let's see what else happened. I went to the store. I was at Lowe's earlier this week and I was getting a couple of items and I saw a heliobore. I believe it's called cinnamon. Something along those lines, cinnamon and ice. So if I can't remember, I'll put the thing there. But goes well with my first heliobore that I got, and I have them both potted up sitting on the back deck where they get partial sun, partial shade. The one heliobore is quite happy. The second one seems to be doing quite well as well. So went to the local hardware store. They had dill and rosemary starts, so they're already started up for you. All you have to do is basically stick them in the ground. The plan was today I was going to pot them up into larger terracotta pots because I don't have my raised bed set up yet. 2 herbs I've never grown before, rosemary and dill, so it'll be exciting to see what happens with those. And let's see. And then I made 2 videos this week that you've seen, and if you haven't seen them, go back and watch. One was the spoof of riding mower I got. That was pretty exciting. It was interesting to make. I've never done so many edits or cuts or transitions in a video before. So that was definitely fun. And Then the second video that I did this week was the drawing a line, where I started the video off that I'd just gotten a large shipment of supplies from Lowe's. I had gotten compost and cow manure and tree planting soil and pavers and oh my. So they came on a couple of pallets. I offloaded them, staged them in various places around the yard in preparation of new projects coming up in the future week or two, or 3, however long it takes me to go through all of that. Seeing how nice and easy the purchase from Lowe's was and the delivery, I'll probably want to doing that again in the future, because they can bring quantities to the house that it's just really impractical for me to sit there and grab from the shelf and load into the pickup truck and then bring home, and then grueling, and I'm not getting any younger. So it was nice having all that delivered. And then again, I ended the video explaining what the drawing line was, and it is simply running a string and a series of poles across the eastern side of the yard. Sorry, I had to do some thinking there. Eastern side of the yard, and explaining where the boundaries for the beginning of the boundaries for the various gardens that I'm going to be doing this year, hopefully, will be. The primary one, again, as I stated before, will be the vegetable garden. Once that is set, think of it as that's the keystone. From that, everything else will be built off. I don't know if I will be able to get to the flower garden this year or the dahlia garden. So that I will probably work on building the structure to those gardens later in the year. So follow along. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Please follow. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. This way you're notified when I do put up those videos. And the primary will be the vegetable garden. From that, everything else will grow. I'll probably have a lot of flowers and things that are not vegetable garden related in the vegetable garden this year. Again, only because that's going to get built first, and then from that, everything else will grow. And again, if you follow along, you'll see that progress happen. So that's pretty much all that happened this week. I do want to mention a few things. Again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, give a follow on Instagram. I post up pictures there on a fairly regular basis. And as the year spins up and the weather gets nicer and there's more things to plant out, that definitely will be happening. And I also post up on, if you don't have Instagram, you don't want to be on Instagram, I do, whatever I post up on Instagram goes up on Twitter. So again, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me up on Twitter. Again, if you've been following along, thank you. If you're a new follower, thank you. And if you're a future subscriber and then you come back and see this horrible video, thank you for subscribing and following along and going back to watch this horrible video. Again, if you're still watching this, thank you. If you've bared with me, thank you. And cheers. Coffee. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. Run, 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 run. God damn it! I am going to edit the out of this.